assemble to honor his worth. The King is enthroned, his glory revealed, the power of heaven no longer concealed. The isles awaken, the rivers reply, the mountains resound, the valleys cry, the tongues of the nations proclaim him as Lord. The gates of his city are flung wide toward. All flesh shall come before his face, the nations bow in holy grace. The King is exalted, his judgments are true, the earth is made new, his glory in view. The remnant returns with banners ablaze, their songs fill the heavens with infinite praise. The kingdoms once broken are gathered as one before the great throne of the Father and Son. All flesh shall come before his face, the nations bow in holy grace. The King is exalted, his judgments are true, the earth is made new, his glory in view. The sound of the peoples rolls on like the sea. The glory of Zion is all they can see. The ends of creation are drawn to the flame. The sovereign, eternal, forever the same. All flesh shall come before his face, the nations bow in holy grace. The King is exalted, his judgments are true, the earth is made new, his glory in view. We wait in the ruins, the night has no end. The walls have collapsed, no strength left to lend. Our voices are hoarse from the prayers we repeat. Our tears stain the dust where your footsteps once beat. Stars do not answer, the heavens are still. The promise remembered burns under the chill. The prophets have spoken, their words have come true. The city lies silent, awaiting what's due. Return to your remnant, remember your name. from your righteous hand. The harps hang forgotten, their strings stiff with pain. The songs of deliverance echo in vain. The watchmen have faded, their torches grown weak. The gates of redemption are all that we see. From your righteous hand. The days grow like shadows that stretch without end. The silence of heaven refuses to bend. Our souls are a wasteland, our eyes cannot see, yet still we remember what once came to be. Return to your remnant, remember your name. Our altars are broken, our hearts bear the flame. We wait in the ruins, in ashes we stand, longing for mercy from your righteous hand. Like a whisper, a root from the clay. No crown on his brow, no banners arrayed. Despised and rejected, acquainted with grief. The world turned its face, denying belief. The sorrows we hide, the guilt of the nations was laid on his side. Led like a lamb where the slaughter awaits, silent before those who sealed his fate. Pierced for our turning, crushed for our sin, the chastening fell where mercy begins. By cast. The punishment struck like a shadowed blast. The weight of the world on his shoulders was laid. The debt of the ages in one moment paid. Pierced for our turning, crushed for our sin. The chastening fell where mercy begins. By his bruises the broken are healed. The verdict of heaven forever revealed. The stars lose their flame. The earth stands in silence, awaiting his name. The mountains are trembling, the seas have no sound. The nations are gathered, their secrets unbound. The sun hides its face, the moon turns to red. The scroll is unfolded, the verdict is read. The kings cast their crowns to the ground where they fall. The judge has arisen, his voice shakes it all. pillars are shattered, foundations will break. The Lamb stands in power, His glory untainted. The righteous remembered, the wicked ashamed.
Mountains are lifted, the nations draw near. The law of the sovereign resounds crystal clear. The weapons are shattered, the banners laid down. The King has ascended to wear His true crown. The rivers flow freely from under His seat. The nations come bowing before His feet. The captives return with songs on their tongues. The reign of the holy has only begun. The reign of the King, His kingdom unveiled. The powers of darkness forever have failed. The nations are humbled, His glory displayed. The Lamb rules in power, the heavens obeyed. The earth is at rest, its warfare has ceased. The Lion of Judah has spoken His peace. The knowledge of glory floods valley and hill. The nations are silent, surrendered and still. The reign of the King, His kingdom unveiled. The powers of darkness forever have failed. The nations are humbled, His glory displayed. The Lamb rules in power, the heavens obeyed. The thrones of the earth are cast to the flame. The kingdoms bow low at the sound of His name. The war is concluded, the scepter is raised. The judge of all ages forever is praised. The reign of the King, His kingdom unveiled. The powers of darkness forever have failed. The nations are humbled, His glory displayed. The Lamb rules in power, the heavens obeyed.
lie silent, the bones dry and bare, the echoes of ruin still hang in the air. The breath has departed, the song has grown still, the shadows lie waiting beneath holy will. Watchmen remember the sound of the flame. The elders recall when you called us by name. The stones of the city cry out from the dust for the word of revival, for mercy, for trust. Breathe upon the bones, awaken the slain, call from the heavens, restore us again. The graves will be open, the captives set free. The light of your promise will rise like the sea. The nations in darkness will witness your hand. The scattered returning to walk on the land. The branches once broken will blossom in spring. The throne of the holy will thunder and sing. Breathe upon the bones, awaken the slain, call from the heavens, restore us again. The graves will be open, the captives set free. The light of your promise will rise like the sea. The four winds are stirring, the breath is released. The bones come together, the silence has ceased. The word has been spoken, the dead stand upright. The dawn of redemption breaks into the night. Breath upon the bones, awaken the slain, call from the heavens, restore us again. The graves will be open, the captives set free. The light of your promise the rivers of captivity we hung up our lives. The songs of the homeland consumed by the fires. Our captors demanded a melody sound, but the walls of the city lie burned to the ground. Chains on our wrists echo cries of the past. The smoke of the ruin rises steadfast. The watchtowers crumble, the gates lie in ash. The temple's foundation bears history's lash. Remember, O King, the place of your throne, the covenant carved in a people your own. Restore the exiles who weep in the dust. Awaken the promise, remember your trust. The harps have grown silent, their strings stiff with grief. The songs of the prophets are stripped like a leaf. The rivers run heavy with sorrowful streams as Zion returns in our night-haunted dream. Remember, O King, the place of your throne, the covenant carved in a people your own. Restore the exiles who weep in the dust. Awaken the promise, remember your trust. Of your throne, the covenant carved in a people your own. Restore the exiles who weep in the dust. Awaken the promise, remember your trust. wounds are open, the silence is torn. The conqueror rides with a crown that is worn. His robe dipped in blood, his eyes blazing fire. The armies of heaven march under his banner higher. Trembling, their idols brought low. The King of all glory strikes righteous and slow. From his mouth comes a sword, sharper than flame. He judges the nations, exalting his name. Behold the rider, his kingdom revealed. The heavens resound as the judgments are sealed. The King of kings returns in might. The darkness collapses before his light. The beast and the kings array for the field. Their banners of blasphemy destined to yield. The word of the eternal, invincible, true, shatters their strongholds, breaks evil in two. Behold the rider, his kingdom revealed. The heavens resound as the judgments are sealed. The King of kings returns in might. The darkness collapses before his light. The heavens explode like a furnace alight. The armies descend with unshakable might. The names of the nations are ground into dust. The Lamb reigns eternal, the faithful, the just. Behold the rider, his kingdom revealed. The heavens resound as the judgments are sealed. Behold the rider, his kingdom revealed. The heavens resound as the judgments are sealed. The King of kings returns in might. The darkness collapses before his light.
gates lie broken, the watchmen are gone, the streets are silent where praises were sung. Ash stains the altar, the lamps have grown dim, the songs of the temple are buried within. Wither, the fig trees decay, the children are hungry, the elders don't pray, the prophets fall quiet, their voices are still, the smoke of the ruins drifts over the hill. How long, O sovereign, will you hide your face? The tears of your people flood every place. The walls are in ruins, the heavens concealed. The cry of the remnant is left unhealed. The priests mourn in sackcloth, the crowns have been cast, the glory departed, the moment has passed. The harps hang in silence, their strings gather dust, the covenant's memory turns back to dust. How long, O sovereign, will you hide your face? The tears of your people flood every place. The walls are in ruins, the heavens concealed. The cry of the remnant is left unhealed. From ashes we call to the Ancient of Days. Remember your mercy, remember your ways. Restore what was broken, the promise once made. Bring light to the darkness, it will not fade. How long, O sovereign, will you hide your face? The tears of your people flood every place. The walls are in ruins, the heavens concealed.
The tomb is in shock, the stone torn away. The shadow of death is shattered today. The sting is extracted, the chains are undone, and the curse is defeated, the victory won. The graves yield their dead, their silence destroyed. The armies of darkness are thrown into void. The last of the tyrants has fallen to flame. The risen Messiah has conquered their claim. Death is devoured, the grave overthrown. The Lamb stands triumphant, the victor alone. The trumpet resounds, the captives arise. The Lord of the living reigns under no skies. The mortal is clothed with glory untold. The dust is remade, the ages unfold. The whisper of sorrow is banished away. The dawn of forever burns brighter than day. Death is devoured, the grave overthrown. The Lamb stands triumphant, the victor alone. The trumpet resounds, the captives arise. The Lord of the living reigns under no skies. Under no skies. The gates of the deep are shattered apart. The breath of redemption ignites every heart. The grave's final echo dissolves in his light. The conqueror reigns in eternal might. Death is devoured, the grave overthrown. The Lamb stands triumphant, the victor alone. The trumpet resounds, the captives arise. The Lord of the living reigns under no skies. Under no skies. We've wandered from your statutes and strayed from your ways. Our hands are stained, our lips do not praise. The incense is faded, The altar lies bare, the covenant broken hangs heavy in air. The scrolls testify, the heavens agree, the sins of the people rise like the sea. The kings and the elders have covered their heads, while judgment encircles the cities of dread. Tear the veil of our transgression, let mercy fall like early rain. Remember the oath of compassion, blot out the weight of our shame. The fasts are in vain, the feasts are unclean. The heart has grown hardened, the eyes cannot see. The prophets have spoken, the warnings ignored. Our backs turned away from the voice of the Lord. Tear the veil of our transgression, let mercy fall like early rain. Remember the oath of compassion, blot out the weight of our shame. We bow to the ground where justice was sown. We plead for the mercy our fathers had known. Restore us, Redeemer, remove every stain. Return to your people and dwell once again. Tear the veil of our transgression, let mercy fall like early rain. Remember the oath of compassion, blot out the weight of our shame. Tear the veil of our transgression, let mercy fall like early rain. Remember the oath of compassion, blot out the weight of our
Lightning surrounds where the elders are bound. The thunders are roaring, the voices are loud. The sea made of glass is trembling below. The four living creatures let their praises flow.
circles the seat. The sound of creation falls down at his feet. The scroll in his hand seals judgment and grace. The heavens erupt at the sight of his face. Thunders around the throne shake the sky. The hosts cry out as the ages collide. The Lamb stands worthy, the heavens proclaim the power, the kingdom, the glory, the name. The crowns are cast down on the crystalline floor. The lightning intensifies, rumbling once more. The multitude rises, their voices ignite. The throne room is shaken with terrible light. Thunders around the throne shake the sky. The hosts cry out as the ages collide. The Lamb stands worthy, the heavens proclaim the power, the kingdom, the glory, the name. The myriads gather like stars in their ranks. The heavens resound like the breaking of banks. The Ancient of Days sets his judgment in place. The song of the throne fills the infinite space. Thunders around the throne shake the sky. The hosts cry out as the ages collide. The Lamb stands worthy, the heavens proclaim the power, the kingdom, the glory, the name. The room is quiet, yet my thoughts still scream. A whisper fades like a forgotten dream. I reach for you in the midnight cold, but all I find is this aching soul. When heaven is silent and shadows remain, I'm left with the echo of unanswered pain. Still in the silence, I kneel and I wait for mercy to find me beyond this gate. I've prayed the same words 1,000 nights, watched dawn arrive with no reply. The page is open, but the voice is gone, and I can't remember where I belong. When heaven is silent candle flickers, the wax runs thin. A fragile faith fights the silence within. The tears keep falling, they don't make a sound, like rain on a grave where hope's underground. Are you listening? Do you see me here? In the quiet, Lord, I need you near. When heaven is silent and shadows remain, I'm left with the echo of unanswered pain. Still in the silence, I kneel and I wait for mercy to find me beyond this gate. Ignite with the sound of the throng. The redeemed lift their voices in one endless song. The Lamb on the throne receives every praise. The ages converge in a radiant blaze. The martyrs are crowned, the captives set free. The river of life flows wild as the sea. The multitudes gather, their anthems align. Their chorus resounds with glory. No sorrow remains, no shadow, no night. The throne of the Savior burns brilliant and bright. The voices like waters, the trumpets like flame. All nations together exalting His name. This is the song that never shall fade, the triumph of heaven forever displayed. The Lamb is exalted, the ages resound, the endless Hosanna
redemption grows louder than war. The ages are gathered in one mighty sound. The Lamb and His people eternally crowned. This is the song that never shall fade, the triumph of heaven forever displayed. The Lamb is exalted, the ages resound, the endless Hosanna shakes holy ground. The night has settled like a shroud. I whisper prayers that aren't too loud. My hands are trembling in the dark. The silence cuts a fragile heart. The stars are cold, the sky won't speak. My faith is bruised, my spirit weak. I trace the words on tear-stained leaves, but find no voice upon the breeze. Beneath the weight I break, I bend, I cry for mercy that won't descend. The heavens close, the shadows stay. I hold my breath and fade away. The candle's glow is growing thin. My soul remembers what has been. But memories don't warm the night, they only haunt the fading light. Beneath the weight I break, I bend, I cry for mercy that won't descend. The heavens close, the shadows stay. I hold my breath and fade away. Are you watching? Do you hear? I'm still waiting, year after year. Beneath the weight I break, I bend, I cry for mercy that won't descend. The heavens close, the shadows stay. I hold my breath and fade away.
unending day. The throne of the Lamb shines brighter than flame. The nations are gathered to honor His name.
No temple remains, for His presence is near. No shadow or sorrow, no memory of fear. The river flows crystal from under His seat. The tree stands eternal, its healing complete. Behold the city, the bride of the Lamb, the glory of heaven, the great I am. The nations rejoice, the darkness is gone. The song of redemption forever goes on. The gates never close, their light never fades. The people walk freely through radiant shades. The curse is forgotten, the tears wiped away. The dawn of His kingdom is endless array. Behold the city, the bride of the Lamb, the glory of heaven, the great I am. The nations rejoice, the darkness is gone. The song of redemption forever goes on. The heavens resound, creates are restored. The throne of the Lamb forever adored. The ages converge at eternity's door. The kingdom established forevermore. Behold the city, the bride of the Lamb, the glory of heaven, the great I am. The nations rejoice, the darkness is gone. The song of redemption forever goes on. Shaking, the trumpets resound, the angels take flight as
the armies around. The dragon ascends with a fury untamed. The stars of the morning by battle acclaimed. Ancient accuser, his venom he hurls against the Redeemer, against all the world. The hosts of the righteous stand armored in flame. The scroll has been opened, revealing his name. War in the heavens, the thunder, the kingdoms will tremble, creation will shake. The dragon is cast down, his fury is known. The scepter of glory secures the throne. Of the powers fall swift from the sky, his wrath like a tempest, his time drawing nigh. The saints bear their witness, their blood is their cry. The battle above echoes earth's mournful sigh. War in the heavens, the thunder, kingdoms will tremble, creation will shake. The dragon is cast down, his fury is known. The scepter of glory secures the throne. The seraphim cry with a sound like the sea. The armies converge for divine decree. Michael arises with strength in his hand. The heavens resound as the faithful withstand. War in the heavens, the thunder awakes. The kingdoms will tremble, creation will shake. The dragon is cast down, his fury is known. The scepter of glory secures the throne. Sovereign cuts like a blade. The prophets have spoken, their warnings displayed. But hearts are of stone, their ears turn away. The trumpet has sounded, yet none will obey.
Watchmen cry out, their voices grow hoarse. The flood is approaching, unstoppable force. The shepherds grow silent, the flocks drift astray. Once guarded are crumbling away. Woe to the unheeding, the proud and defiant. The voice of the holy will not be silent. The fire will fall, the storm will descend. The scroll has been opened. The warnings won't bend. The idols are trembling, their faces are cracked. The merchants grow faint as the heavens react. The cisterns are broken, the fountains run dry. The cry of the people climbs into the sky. Woe to the unheeding, the proud and defiant. The voice of the holy will not be silent. The fire will fall, the storm will descend. The scroll has been opened. Writes a sentence in flame. The nations will stagger at the sound of his name. The whirlwind approaches, the heavens convulse. The day is appointed, no mercy by impulse.